Hi, welcome to our second video in Medford Family Network's special series, Pandemic Parenting, The Doctor is In. Our topic today is Name That Feeling, part of helping children with intense feelings during the pandemic. I'm Debbie Weinstock-Savoy, a licensed psychologist and parent of 3 with over 30 years of experience consulting with parents and teachers on the joys and challenges of taking care of young children. Raising children is a gigantic job, even under the best of circumstances. Now we're living through extraordinary times, and what was already hard might be even harder. In response, Medford Family Network is finding new ways to connect with and support families. Parents have been contacting us about many concerns, including this question: how can I help my young child with all the extra and extra intense feelings that they're having right now? Today, we'll focus on how we can help children learn to recognize and name their feelings. Recognizing and naming feelings is the foundation for everything else human beings learn about emotions. After all, you can't manage your emotions if you don't even know that you're having a feeling. That's what it's like when you watch a very young child in the midst of a strong feeling. It's really more like the feeling is having them, not that they are having a feeling. It's funny, when babies and toddlers are learning to communicate, we pay a lot of attention to teaching them the words for things, colors, shapes, different animals. But sometimes we forget that they need just as much help to learn the words for different feelings too. Early childhood teachers spend many hours every day reminding children to use your words to solve conflicts instead of their fists or their feet or their teeth. But you can't use words you don't have. And even older children who have learned the words for feelings forget those words sometimes when they're in the midst of a strong emotion, and they need extra reminders and support. Adults teach children the words for feelings in many ways every day. You describe your feelings in the moment. It's a little hard to get the top off this jar. I'm a little frustrated. You describe the feelings that you think your child is having right now. You look sad. Are you disappointed that you didn't get to play this time? You also have many opportunities to point out and describe other people's feelings in day-to-day life. Look how happy our neighbor is. Her family is driving by and she can wave to them. As well as times that we read books with our child or we're watching movies or TV. The vocabulary of feelings starts with 4 basic feelings: sad, scared, mad, and happy. We can see these feelings even in tiny babies. Gradually, each of these simpler feelings develops into many and more complex variations. Sadness might be a passing disappointment that we didn't get to do something we were looking forward to, or it could be the lasting grief of the loss of someone we love. A little bit of worry about something new is a very different kind of scared from feeling frightened of the monster in the closet. Happy has many forms, such as when we're proud of ourselves for an accomplishment, when we're delighted to see someone we love, or when we're content that it's been such a good day. Over time, we also learn that feelings vary in intensity from a little bit to a medium amount to a lot. You learn that you aren't precisely mad right now. You're a little annoyed, or you're pretty aggravated, or you're downright furious. In addition to noticing and describing feelings in everyday life, What else can we do to help our children learn about emotions? Read books with your child about feelings. There are so many wonderful books about feelings. Just Google preschool books about feelings to find lists of many great books. Also, while your local library may be closed, you can still find their recommended book lists online. Use the link in our description below to find the list of children's books about emotions created by the children's librarians at Medford Public Library. Some books are about the whole variety of emotions. Others focus on a specific feeling. For example, if your child could use some extra help learning to manage their frustration or anger, there are many wonderful picture books that focus on feeling mad and what to do about it. There are similar books about worries and fears, disappointment, sadness and grief, embarrassment or shyness. Pretty much any feeling that you can think of, there's an excellent children's book about. You can also use any storybook as a teaching tool about feelings, especially ones with illustrations. As you read the book with your child, every now and then you ask them what they think different characters are feeling and why. Another tip that you can use at home is to create an emotions chart that you put up on the wall with pictures of different facial expressions that go along with particular feelings. Again, there are lots of emotions charts online, many of which you can download and print for free. Here's one example, actually created for early childhood professionals. You'll find a link to this one in the description below your video, but there are many out there. One of the things we want children to learn is that everybody has feelings, no matter what your gender or age or race and ethnicity or religion or abilities are. So also make sure that many diverse kinds of people are represented in the books and charts that you find. Of course, my favorite approach of all is to make your own book about feelings with your child's help, or make your own emotion chart, again, with your child's help. You can do this by drawing pictures. If your child's older, ask them to help to do the drawings. Or you can use photos of people expressing different emotions. You can find lots of photos online, but it's especially powerful to use photos of people your child knows. Take pictures of your child posing, making all the feelings faces, as well as other family members. If there are older children in your child's life, try to include some photos of that older child making the faces, because it turns out older children are particularly powerful role models. For our youngest children, you'll probably start out with a shorter list of feelings, maybe just the basic 4 of sad, mad, scared, and happy, plus a few others that are especially relevant for your family right now. For older children, the list of feelings will get longer, and your children will have plenty of ideas about what to include. There are lots of other activities and games that can help children learn to recognize and name feelings. You can find puzzles with interchangeable heads with different facial expressions. You can draw a feelings thermometer to give a visual representation of the amount or strength of a feeling. And this is especially helpful for feelings like anger, where there's a big difference between a little bit and a lot. Feelings check-ins are a common activity in many early childhood settings that you can adapt for home use. If you have an emotions chart posted on your wall somewhere, your child can point to the feeling that they are having right now. In preschool settings, children can take their personal marker, a piece of paper or cardboard with their image and their name on it typically, and attach that to the feeling that represents their current experience. And because feelings change, they can move their marker to a different feeling at different times during the day, and you can use that at home as well. Finally, the whole family can play a game like Feelings Charade. Make a collection of slips of paper with the faces and words for different feelings on each one. Put them in a bowl. Then each family member takes a turn picking out a feeling, looking at it, and they act out that feeling without saying its name. Other family members have to guess that feeling. By the way, we know that only a small amount of our communication about feelings comes from the words that we use. Most of it's in our nonverbal cues and clues. So this is an opportunity to ask your child to be a feelings detective and explain how they guessed someone's feeling. Were they paying attention to their tone of voice, to their facial expression, or to the way they held or moved their body? We hope you can use some of these ideas at home to help your child learn to recognize and name feelings. Thank you for joining us today. For links to other useful resources, please go to the Medford Family Network's Facebook page. That's where you'll also find our calendar of activities, plus contact information for the program's director, Marie Cassidy. Please let us know if you have any questions or concerns or would like to learn more about services for young families with young children in the Medford, Massachusetts area. And don't forget to follow us on Medford Family Network's YouTube channel right here, along with our wonderful playgroup leaders, Miss Andrea, Miss Cindy, and Miss Bernadette. We are all riding this Corona coaster together, and with each other's help, we will get through these wild and crazy times. Meanwhile, Medford Family Network is still here for you as a friend to know and a place to grow. Take care of yourselves and your families.